Wonders of Pan America, the hidden places. No one talks about. Travel guide. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out at the endless ocean or staring up at a glacier in the heart of the jungle. This is the beauty of Pan America, an entire continent teeming with hidden gems that are just waiting to be discovered. Yet, many of these places remain off the beaten path. Why? Well, they're either too remote, too unknown, or simply too breathtaking to put into words. But that's why we're here today. To dive into some of these hidden treasures, from the Andes to the Amazon, and from Patagonia to the Caribbean. This is where adventure truly begins, and trust me, you'll want to add these places to your bucket list after hearing about them. Patagonia, Argentina, and Chile. Patagonia. Just the name alone sounds like an adventure. You've probably seen the incredible pictures of jagged mountain peaks and vast glaciers, but what about the quieter, less explored corners? Patagonia is vast, and it's not just about the famous spots like Torres del Paine National Park or the Perito Moreno Glacier. Beyond these icons lies an untouched world of wild beauty. In places like the Asen region, you'll find untouched rivers that twist and turn through dramatic valleys. This is where you can go days without seeing another tourist. In fact, some areas are so remote, you'll only find a handful of local farmers and wild guanacos. It's not just remote, it's almost otherworldly. The Lost City, Ciudad Perdida, Colombia. Now, let's talk about a place that feels like it's straight out of an Indiana Jones movie, The Lost City, or Ciudad Perdida, hidden deep in the Sierra Nevada mountains of Colombia. Discovered only in the 1970s, this ancient city predates Machu Picchu by several hundred years and was built by the Tairona civilization. The hike to reach it isn't for the faint-hearted. 4 to 6 days of trekking through dense jungles, crossing rivers, and climbing steep, slippery steps. But when you reach the top, the reward is beyond words. An ancient city, nearly lost to time, with stunning stone terraces and sacred pathways. There are no tourists crowding the place, just the sound of jungle wildlife echoing through the air. It's like stepping back in time, and trust me, it feels like something you can only dream about. The Galapagos Islands, Ecuador, beyond the main islands. When people talk about the Galapagos, they often mention the main islands like Santa Cruz and San Cristobal, famous for their wildlife and crystal-clear waters. But did you know there's a whole other side to the Galapagos that few ever get to see? The isolated smaller islands like Genovesa or Española are some of the most unique and untouched places in the world. On these islands, you can witness animals like the rare red-footed booby or the elusive Galapagos fur seal. The beaches here are pristine, and the marine life is mind-blowing. You'll feel like you're in a different world, with wildlife that's unafraid of human presence. Trust me, if you think you've seen the Galapagos, you haven't seen it all until you've explored these hidden gems. Atacama Desert, Chile, Valle de la Luna. The Atacama Desert is already famous for being one of the driest places on Earth. But have you ever heard of Valle de la Luna, or the Valley of the Moon? This surreal landscape, with its moon-like terrain of jagged rock formations, salt flats, and ancient caves, feels like another planet entirely. The colors at sunset are mind-blowing. Burnt oranges, pinks, and purples stretching across the sky, while the ground below looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. It's a place that's hauntingly beautiful and eerily silent. The best part? It's not as overcrowded as some of Chile's more popular spots. So, if you want to see the desert in its most raw and spectacular form, this is your place. The Amazon rainforest, Brazil, remote areas. The Amazon is one of those places that, when you mention it, everyone thinks they know what you're talking about. But here's the thing. There are parts of the Amazon so remote, so untouched, that only a handful of people have ever stepped foot in them. We're talking about the heart of the rainforest, where ancient tribes still live in isolation, and the wildlife is so diverse, you feel like you're walking through a living science experiment. Take a journey through the Brazilian state of Acre, for instance. It's one of the least explored parts of the Amazon, and it's home to pristine rivers, endangered species, and indigenous communities who still live much like they did centuries ago. No tourist crowds, no fancy resorts, just you, nature, and an overwhelming sense of awe. San Blas Islands, Panama. Now, let's shift gears to the Caribbean, but don't expect the usual tourist traps. The San Blas Islands, an archipelago off the coast of Panama, are far from ordinary. They're a hidden paradise, made up of around 365 islands, most of which are still untouched by modern development. The islands are home to the Guna Yala indigenous people, who have lived here for centuries. The beauty here is out of this world. Think powder white sand, crystal clear waters, and lush palm trees swaying in the breeze. You won't find luxury resorts or bustling crowds here. Instead, you'll find small rustic cabins and local villages where you can learn about Guna culture and explore the islands in their purest form. The Carretera Austral, Chile. If you're looking for the ultimate road trip, the Carretera Austral in Chile is the hidden gem you need to know about. Stretching through the heart of Patagonia, this road takes you through some of the most dramatic landscapes on Earth. You'll pass through temperate rainforests, mountain ranges, glacial lakes, and even remote villages that feel like they've been frozen in time. It's not the easiest road to drive. Some parts are unpaved, and the weather can change on a dime. But that's what makes it so special. Few people ever drive the full length of it, but those who do are rewarded with some of the most breathtaking scenery in the world. Parque Nacional, Natural Los Nevados, Colombia. Los Nevados, National Park in Colombia, is one of those places that will make you feel like you're in a dream. Situated in the Andes, it's home to towering snow-capped peaks, high-altitude lakes, and unique Paramo ecosystems, an environment found nowhere else on Earth. The park is a hiker's paradise, with trails that lead you through forests of frailejones, giant plants that only grow in these highlands, past rushing rivers, and to glacier-fed lakes that look like something straight out of a fantasy novel. It's a tough hike, but the views make it all worth it. And the best part? You won't have to fight for space with huge tourist crowds, which means you'll have the whole experience to yourself. Cabo de la Vela, Colombia. Let's wrap up with a place that combines desert, beach, and indigenous culture all in one. Cabo de la Vela, in Colombia's Guajira Peninsula. The northernmost point of South America, this remote corner of Colombia is as raw and rugged as it gets. You'll find vast windswept sand dunes stretching into the distance, beautiful beaches with crystal clear water, and indigenous Wayu communities who've lived here for centuries. There are no fancy hotels or overdeveloped resorts, just simple huts and eco-friendly accommodations where you can experience the true beauty of the desert and the sea. It's an underrated destination that few travelers ever make it to, but those who do are rewarded with one of the most unique and peaceful experiences you'll ever have. If you've enjoyed hearing about these secret spots, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more hidden gems and travel tips. And, as always, feel free to share your thoughts or any of your own favorite hidden destinations in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep exploring.